With each day that passes by, we are getting closer to the very end of filming for Star Wars Episode 9 by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are really looking forward to seeing in this movie is, of course, the tones of the film, exactly what the movie is going to be like and what fans can expect to see for some of the characters like Luke, Kylo Ren, Rey, etc. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams is very much hard at work during the last couple of weeks of filming for Episode 9. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc., one of which has all to do with different plot elements to the actual film. Specifically, it's described that parts of Episode 9 in the second act will have tones of an actual Western movie for the planet that was shot over in Jordan, specifically Wadi Rum. As for the character of Kylo Ren, it's described that there will be a great threat to Kylo in the film that will make the character vulnerable at a certain point in the plot. It's said that Rey will go on a personal mission within the second act of the film that is going to deliver all of the Jedi and Force aspects of Star Wars. It's described that the last space battle in Episode 9 is on a whole other level of chaos, described as borrowing elements from the Battle of Scarif, the battle over Coruscant, and the Battle of Endor. As for the character of Luke, it's said that JJ will be inserting a true training session with Rey in the film. The Knights of Ren and Kylo Ren are described as being very scary in the movie, almost how fans reacted to when they first met Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace. The focus of the film is based on new truths that will come to light that will shake the Star Wars community once the film drops come this December. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about all of these different plot elements in the movie that are really getting me very excited about what's coming our way for the final installment of the Skywalker saga. Now, first things first, the thing that really does pique my interest is how certain pieces within the second act of the movie will mirror that of Western films. So I don't know if you guys are fans of Western movies out there. There are tons of them throughout the decades. Now, the middle point of Star Wars Episode 9 is going to have a lot of Western vibes, specifically for the scenes that were filmed over in Wadi Rum, specifically over in Jordan. So that's one thing to take note of. Now, the next thing that I find very intriguing is all about the character of Kylo Ren and how there is going to be a threat being made towards him that's going to actually make him feel vulnerable in the movie. So that's where things begin to get very interesting. Could this very well have something to do with the new villain that we have been hearing about for a couple of days now? I don't know if you guys knew this, but there is going to be a new villain in Star Wars Episode 9. And the fact that Episode 9 is going to have a certain element of a threat toward Kylo Ren that will make him feel vulnerable, and even to the point where the audience will actually feel what Kylo Ren is going through, I think it tells us that maybe this is the best way for both JJ and crew to offer a Bendemption, a Kylo Ren redemption arc. Maybe this greater evil, this new threat, whatever it is going to really bring both Kylo Ren and Rey together to fight on a new evil, hence exactly how he will turn back to Ben Solo. Now, the next that I do want to go over is, of course, the whole entire second act focusing on the Force and Jedi lore, where Rey goes on a personal mission of her own. So all of the Force and the Jedi related stuff mainly is going to be based within the second act of the movie at its peak. Now, this is where things get very interesting for me, as I'm a huge fan of space battles. I love space battle sequences in the Star Wars films, and that it's described that this major space battle sequence for the end of the movie is actually said to be a combination of the Battle of Endor, the battle over Coruscant, and of course the Battle of Scarif, all into one big space battle. So I can only imagine how chaotic this is really going to be, how many losses and sacrifices there actually will be in this movie, such as characters like Poe and Finn are at stake, in my opinion. Now, as far as the Knights of Ren and Kylo Ren, they're described as being very scary the way that they're going to be presented in the film and in promo material, kind of similar to how fans reacted to when they first met Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace. Now, I will say, I was quite young when I saw The Phantom Menace, and when I first saw Darth Maul, I couldn't believe what they were putting in a Star Wars movie. Not only was he scary, he was almost like a devil of sorts, but it was a very sinister figure, right? So that's exactly what they're doing with Kylo and the Knights. They want to provide something very, very dark, a very dark aspect of this film that'll absolutely bring this movie to a more darker route than The Last Jedi. Now, the other thing that I do actually want to go over is, of course, the character of Luke Skywalker and how J.J. Abrams will be inserting an actual training session between both Luke and Rey. Now, the thing about Rey is this, is that if you look at The Last Jedi, we never got real training sessions like how Luke and Yoda did in the original trilogy. Now, in this film, JJ is going to be offering a training session. This is most likely Luke Skywalker in the Force Ghost form or something around those lines, where Rey is actually going to learn more about the Jedi Way and Jedi lore itself with Luke Skywalker. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.